Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comic Book Burrito Extra Beef. My name's Darian.
My name's Landon.
And today, we got a thing that I like to call reheated. Thank you, Landon, for the idea for that. We are going to talk about the Suicide Squad, James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, not to be confused with Suicide Squad from 2016.
Yes.
So we'll
get that one another day.
We talked about this movie on the normal podcast before we started doing bigger movies on the Extra Beef. So we thought we'd come on here and dive more into this movie because right now we're in the midst of Peacemaker, and what better time to go back and look at what came before. So let us.
Well, I mean, do you want to explain kind of the whole point of reheated, or
you can if you want?
Well, I just want to say what basically what this is if our opinions mostly have changed a lot, or if we want to go more in depth. Which, from what I understand, there's only two movies we would go really in depth for, and that is this and Black Widow. So we thought those movies both deserve dedicated videos to them. So that's kind of the whole point of reheated.
Yeah, so we'll be doing a Black Widow soon. But first, let's talk about The Suicide Squad. So The Suicide Squad is a 2021 American superhero film based on the DC Comics team Suicide Squad, if you didn't know that. Produced by DC Films, Atlas Entertainment, and the Saffron Company, and distributed by WB Pictures. It is a standalone sequel to the 2016 Suicide Squad and the 10th film in the DC Extended Universe. It was written and directed by James Gunn, who we know as the director of the Guardians movies, and he made he made a movie that I had no idea he made. He made Brightburn, I know that, and
Brightburn, Guardians.
He made some other movies I was like super surprised to learn that he made.
He hasn't missed at all with superhero movies, so good. I'm all glad for that.
Definitely. Hang on, because I want to see what this movie was. So he made the Guardians movies. That Suicide Squad, Peacemaker. Well, one moment, folks. Having internet problems today. Okay, here we go. The Scooby-Doo live action movies.
Oh, dude, I don't know how the heck I forgot about that.
I've seen those movies so many times. And Dawn of the Dead too.
Very, very, very strange movies when you watch, because as a kid I thought they were funny, but like as I'm older, I can tell James Gunn did this. And it's hilarious.
Yeah, but James Gunn, amazing. He liked our tweet. It's great.
Yeah. Come on,
if you want to hear that about that, you can go listen to one of the last few weeks episode. Can't remember which one. Also, it stars an ensemble cast, including Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, Idris Elba as Bloodsport, John Cena as Peacemaker, Joel Kinnaman as Colonel Rick Flag, Sylvester Stallone as King Shark, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, David DeSmalchin as Polka Dot Man, Daniela Melchior, I think is how you say her name, as Ratcatcher 2, Michael Rooker as what was this character's name? Savant, I think. Savant, pretty sure.
Yes.
Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang, Peter Capaldi playing the Thinker, Pete Davidson playing Blackguard, and Alice Braga playing the leader of the freedom fighters, Sol Sorio, or whatever her name was. In the film, a task force of convicts known as the Suicide Squad are sent to the island nation of Corto Maltese to destroy any traces of the giant alien starfish Starro the Conqueror. Man, I love me some Starro the Conqueror.
I know. I thought it's crazy we live in a time now that we can see Starro in a movie. It's crazy. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. He was a pretty cool villain though. I was down for that.
Yeah. David Ayer was set to return as director for a Suicide Squad sequel by March of 2016, but in December he chose to develop a Gotham City Sirens film instead. Warner Bros. Considered several replacement directors before hiring Gavin O'Connor in September 2017. He left by October 2018, and Gunn was hired to write and direct the film after being temporarily fired by Disney and Marvel Studios as the director of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. He drew inspiration from war films and John Ostrander's 1980 Suicide Squad comics and decided to explore new characters and a story separate from the first film's narrative, though some cast members do return from Suicide Squad. Filming took place from September 2019 to February 2020, primarily in Atlanta, Georgia, as well as in Panama and Porto, Portugal. So yeah, this is after Marvel had got rid of James Gunn off of those tweets, and Warner Brothers was like, snatch.
Oh yeah. You bet they snatched them. Mm-hmm. So I would too. I'd be like, come here.
And then Marvel was like, crap, he made a good movie. Get him back.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. And well, I say after that whole thing happened, I think he did Brightburn. Mm-hmm. It was Brightburn with WB as well. I know it doesn't take place in like DC, but
I'm not sure.
But I know he did Brightburn, and then he did Brightburn was Sony. Okay. So Sony hired him, and then WB did. Or maybe they both hired him at the same time. But still. Mm-hmm. It's very I mean, he still has it. Because I watched Brightburn recently, and it's pretty good.
I still have not seen that movie.
I really recommend it. It's
you know what I really recommend?
Well, what do you really recommend?
You know.
No, I don't.
I have about 4 shows that I really recommend for you. I got Gotham, Stargirl, Superman and Lois, Book of Boba Fett, and wait, I got 5. Sorry. Okay, Gotham, Smallville, Book of Boba Fett, Stargirl, and Superman and Lois. And you can't say you don't want to watch them, you don't like them because you haven't seen any of them.
I haven't seen Superman and Lois. I've seen Gotham, and I've seen what was the other one you mentioned? I know you said Stargirl. Smallville is cheesy as all can get out.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best part. Once you get to like season 3, it starts getting good.
You showed me the intro. I don't. We're talking about the Suicide Squad. We're talking about Smallville.
I know. I'm just saying. When you watch Book of Boba Fett. Anyway, see where were we? The Suicide Squad premiered theatrically in the United Kingdom on July 30th, 2021. It was released in the United States on August 5th, simultaneously in theaters and on the streaming service HBO Max. I watched it day one. I remember I was so excited.
Yeah, I saw the movie twice. I've seen this movie, I would say 4 times now.
Mm-hmm. I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it before.
So I saw it first when it came on HBO Max. Then I saw it in the theaters with a couple of friends. It kind of sucked because like there was no one else there. But
everyone's gonna watch it for like cheap.
Yeah, everyone's going to HBO Max, and my friends are like, "Well, we want to go to the movies." I was like, "Fine." We went, and it was all right. I still enjoyed it there, and but my friends didn't see it, so seeing their reaction and stuff made it worth it. Mm-hmm. So then I saw it again with my dad at home at HBO Max, and then I saw it again here recently for the show. Yeah. So and not only is it good, I think it's gotten better.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think
this is going to be a classic superhero movie. Like when you think back in the future, you're like, think of these classic superhero movies. You got your Avengers movies, and Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be a classic. And then we're like, and the Suicide Squad, that one. The Batman, probably too. Mm-hmm. We just got some stuff about the Batman. Mm-hmm. A clip, which I finally watched today, and it was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Literally no dialogue. But he's like already my favorite Batman. He's already my favorite.
Exactly. It just like stared at a little kid the whole thing. All right. We're not talking about Batman though. We're talking about Suicide Squad. So the film received positive reviews from critics who praised Gunn's script, direction, and visual style. Many found the film to be a significant improvement over its predecessor, us included, and it became the most streamed DCEU film on HBO Max. However, it was a box office disappointment and grossed just $167.4 million worldwide against a production budget of $185 million, which was attributed to factors such as the COVID-19 pandemic, the film's availability on HBO Max, and its relationship to the first Suicide Squad. Peacemaker, a spin-off television series starring John Cena, debuted on HBO Max in January 2022. So, which is a great show.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Well, I was actually I'm a little bit kind of surprised about that, because I was like, oh yeah, I didn't even know it was. Until just now, I didn't even know it was kind of a box office failure. I guess I had some of a feeling because of it being on HBO Max. Like, why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? You pay how much is HBO Max? Like $10.
Yeah.
Pay that $10 and literally you're, so I mean I'm not surprised. But it is really I'm glad to see that WB knows that it's not like a failure.
Yeah.
Because look, we're getting a show now and
we're getting another show.
Yeah. Show's in production. I mean, come on.
They know everyone loves it. All right. So I'm going to go through this short little thing here about the plot of the movie. You got any comments, Landon? You can just butt in and we'll talk about a certain thing. Here we go. Intelligence Officer Amanda Waller assembles 2 Task Force X teams comprising Belle Reve Penitentiary inmates who agree to carry out a mission in exchange for shortened sentences. Sent to the South American island nation of Corto Maltese after its government is overthrown by an anti-American regime, the squads are tasked with destroying the Nazi-era laboratory Jotunheim, which houses the secret experiment Project Starfish. One team, led by Colonel Rick Flag, is almost entirely wiped out by the Corto Maltese military upon landing. This allows the other team, led by mercenary Bloodsport and consisting of Peacemaker, King Shark, Polka Dot Man, and Ratcatcher 2, to enter the country undetected. Anything you want to talk about there?
No.
Okay. I still thought it was absolutely insane how everyone got murdered right at the beginning. I was like, there are like 14 of these guys. How are they going to make a movie? That would have been worse than Eternals if they had to focus on all 14 of these people.
Easy. You kill.
Kill half of them in the first half of the
Exactly. It was pretty surprising. Sorry, I'm just trying my best not to talk much because I already told you I'm not a little bit under the weather, but we are going to push through. But it was pretty shocking seeing. I was thinking the originals, like Captain Boomerang and Captain Boomerang, Harley, and all that. And I thought maybe Pete Davidson's character or Javelin would stick around. But, no, not at all. It's the first guy you see in the movie. He dies. That's crap. I forget who it is. What's his name?
Savant.
Yeah. Savant. Yeah. So it's very, very shocking. I feel kind of sad sometimes. I'm like, man, I feel bad for these guys, but whatever.
Well, the squad finds Flag at a base camp for rebel soldiers and convinces rebellion leader Sol Soria to assist them. Meanwhile, first team survivor Harley Quinn is taken captive by the Corto Maltese government and learns of the new regime's plans to use Project Starfish against other nations. The squad captures the Thinker, the lead scientist in charge of Project Starfish, and are joined by Harley after she escapes from the government. They break into Jotunheim with the Thinker's help and begin to rig the facility with explosives. Flag and Ratcatcher 2 enter the underground Project Starfish laboratory with the Thinker. Goes into that little part. Not really much I want to focus on. There's a lot of funny scenes in this movie, but we focused on those in the normal episode. Right now, we're going to kind of just dive into everything. So Flag and Ratcatcher 2 discover that Project Starfish is Starro the Conqueror, a giant alien starfish that creates smaller versions of itself to kill people and control their bodies. The Thinker reveals that Starro was brought to Earth by the U.S. government, who secretly funded the experiments for decades, using thousands of Corto Maltese citizens as test subjects. An enraged Flag decides to leak a hard drive containing evidence, but is killed by Peacemaker, who is under orders from Waller to cover up the U.S. involvement. Meanwhile, a skirmish between the Suicide Squad and the Corto Maltese military leads to Polka Dot Man accidentally setting off the explosives prematurely. As Jotunheim crumbles, the drive falls into Ratcatcher 2's possession. Peacemaker attempts to execute her for knowing the truth about Starro, but Bloodsport shoots him and takes the drive.
What a Peacemaker. What a joke.
What a joke.
What a joke. I swear, I'll tell you what, I did get a bit annoyed of him. I swear, as soon as I heard him say it in the movie, I was like, oh, this freaking line. I swear, you hear it like 4 times.
Because that's like, it stuck with him.
I know it's stuck with him, but like, it's whatever. It's whatever. Maybe it's my sickly head. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Starro escapes the destroyed Jotunheim, kills the Thinker and much of the military, and begins taking control of the island's population. Waller tells the squad that their mission is complete, but Bloodsport leads the squad to fight Starro against her orders. Waller's subordinates prevent her from executing him. They get knocked out. They're just like, get on the satellite, Dale.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, gosh, come on, Dale.
This movie. I don't like Amanda Waller in this movie.
I love the actor that plays her.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? Hold on, but that whole scene, like where she was yelling at them to turn around, and she was like, she didn't want to blow them up, but she knew she had to if they wouldn't listen.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it was like, whoa, chill.
Yeah, it's Amanda Waller.
Man.
She was like one of my favorites. I when I saw her in Peacemaker, I was like, hey, that's cool. Apparently, she's supposed to be in the last episode of Peacemaker.
Okay. We've already seen her in the show, so it ain't too out of there, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, but like in person, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, in person, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be cool then.
Let's see. So that whole scene right there is basically how the kind of start of the Peacemaker show. That's when she sends that group of Economos and Harcourt to find Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So Starro kills Polka Dot Man. That broke my heart. Harley pierces a hole in its eye, and Ratcatcher 2 summons the city's rats to chew Starro to death from the inside. It's a lot of rats in the city.
Yeah.
With the military diverted, Soria takes control of the government and pledges democratic elections. Bloodsport forces Waller to release him and the surviving squad members in exchange for keeping the contents of the drive confidential, and the squad is airlifted out of Corto Maltese. In a post-credit scene, Waller punishes her subordinates by assigning them to a new mission with Peacemaker, who is recovering in a hospital. Somehow, he got shot in the neck, but all he got was a broken collarbone or whatever. All right. So that's basically the plot of the movie.
Yeah. Pretty good plot.
Now I'm going to go through some of the cast, and I want you to tell me how much you enjoy these certain characters. Okay. Because there were a lot of characters in this movie, a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
Some of them weren't as great. All right. So you got Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really liked her. Liked her in this movie.
James Gunn said he took inspiration for the character's costume from the video game Batman Arkham City.
Yeah. Yeah. You can really see it in here. Especially in the beginning, because she kind of wears the dress through at one point, but yeah, in the very very beginning, yeah, you can really tell that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Idris Elba as Robert Dubois or Bloodsport.
Yeah, loved him. Some of these characters I was worried about. I'm like, I ain't really too familiar with them.
I didn't know any of these people besides Harley Quinn and Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, I knew. I want to say I might have known.
And Rick Flag.
I did know King Shark.
Oh yeah, King Shark, yeah.
All right, and yeah, I was surprised. And again, I love Bloodsport. He's awesome.
Yeah. I like how they talk about he put Superman. He was convicted of shooting Superman with a kryptonite bullet, putting him in the ICU.
Yeah, I remember when I saw that, and dude, I was being a hater. I was like, dude, that ain't happened. And then come to find out, I was proven really wrong in the comics that happened.
Oh, it says Elba reportedly cast to replace Will Smith as Deadshot, but the character was changed to Bloodsport so Smith could reprise his role in the future. What?
That
News to me.
That is not happening.
News to me. Gunn. He was a decent Deadshot.
Yeah, I mean, I thought so too. I just,
I'd like to see him come back. James Gunn could do something with him. I like to see that.
Yeah, I like to pretend that one movie just does not exist.
Deadshot meets Bloodsport, and they have the exact same. It's like another like Peacemaker situation where they have the exact same.
Well, he probably trained him to kill the moment he was born.
Yeah, it's like the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gunn chose Bloodsport because he liked the character in the comics, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
All right, John Cena as Christopher Smith, Peacemaker. He wanted him to be a broy Captain America.
I mean, do we even need to?
No, we don't.
Yeah, okay. We love him, of course. We're watching we won't be watching the show if we did.
James Gunn told John Cena not to read any Peacemaker comics before filming. And Cena originally approached the role with an angular drill sergeant, Full Metal Jacket-esque personality before Gunn told him to act like a broy Captain America.
Broy.
Gunn added that the character was straight out of a 1970s television series like Wonder Woman. Okay, Joel Kinnaman is Colonel Rick Flag.
I'd say he's probably I mean, I still like Rick Flag. Don't get me wrong. He's probably like the least memorable out of everyone.
Who was their field leader? They said it was the opportunity to give the character a blank slate, and they said Flag was sillier, less jaded, more naive, and funnier compared to his portrayal in the first.
Oh yes, of course.
The first one, he was all with Enchantress, right? Or the girl that was that him?
Dude, I haven't seen the movie since like 2016, and I really don't remember.
Well, guess what we're doing next week? I was kidding.
No, not next week. I'm not watching that movie again. I don't like it. Yeah. I want to say yes, but I'm not too sure. But I'm.
It's fine.
I do like him more than this than Suicide Squad. So I guess that is a big pro on that. So as long as they made a character more likable, I'm all cool with it.
Yeah. This says Sylvester Stallone as the voice of Nanawe / King Shark. I mean, come on.
King Shark. Like, come on.
I mean, so smart, me. Love me. What do they say? Enjoy read very much or something.
Yeah, he has something like that.
Enjoy books so much.
Fake mustache. The guys.
Peacemaker.
I love King Shark. He's so best character in the movie.
So he's a man-eating fish human hybrid thing. Steve Agee. I haven't found out how to say his name finally. Which he plays Conomos. He developed King Shark's portrayal as a stand-in on set, with the characters then created with visual effects. Gunn initially used a hammerhead shark designed from the New 52 comics, but found it awkward to film the character with other actors due to his eyes being on the side of his head. Gunn settled on a great white shark, similar design to the one seen in the Harley Quinn animated series. But this is a coincidence, as that series was released after the filming for the Suicide Squad began. Gunn gave King Shark a dad bod to make him look less like a mammal, as well as small eyes, a big mouth, and a small head to avoid the cute anthropomorphic beast design seen in popular characters like Baby Groot from Guardians Volume 2 and The Mandalorian's Baby Yoda. Okay, here's the next one. Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. She was... I mean, we talked about it, so...
Yeah.
She was the only non-Suicide Squad cast member to return from the first film. She wasn't in the Suicide Squad group.
Oh, yes. Okay. I was going to say, wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, yes, okay, I understand.
All right, here's this next one. You'll like this one. David DeSmalchin as Abner Krill, or the Polka Dot Man. Never has a movie.
I've heard of Polka Dot Man before, but I had no idea.
I'd heard of him
who he was.
From the Lego Batman movie.
Yeah, Lego Batman 3 game, and again, as everyone thinks, what? Why is this a villain?
Yeah,
but
Condiment King's Force.
The comic can't.
He needs to be in the sequel.
He does need to be in the sequel. I agree with that, and I have a feeling he will show up in the sequel.
I hope.
If they're, I don't even know what they even could do for a sequel. Cool, but I'm sure. Oh, have you heard the rumor, by the way, of who's the blonde girl from
I talked about that in the podcast episode yesterday.
Oh, really? How they're dating?
No. Oh, no. I thought you were about to say that she's showing up in Black Adam.
Oh no, I'm talking about how it's rumored that her and James Gunn are like dating right now.
Oh well, that's James Gunn, so I wouldn't doubt it.
James Gunn's a Chad, I guess.
Gunn described Polka Dot Man as the dumbest DC character of all time, whom he hoped to turn into a tragic character for the film. Unbeknownst to Gunn, Smallgen has vitiligo, I guess, and felt a personal connection to the character for reasons, including being bullied and called polka dots as a child.
A very tragic character. There, he's constantly seeing his mom every day because he tried to turn him and all his brothers.
And where's your mom right now? Everywhere. I laughed so hard at every one of those scenes, and then it got really weird when they were in the club and.
Oh yeah, in the club. Yeah, the club I thought was hilarious. I don't know. I just yeah, Polka Dot Man loves it. I love pretty much every character in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's move on to this next one here. Daniela Melchior as Clea Cazo or Ratcatcher 2.
Yeah.
So not the original Ratcatcher.
Yeah, they couldn't afford him.
Yeah, well, he was dead. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Played by Taika Waititi.
Mm. Yeah, which I kind of surprised me. I was like, "Oh crap, Taika Waititi's in this."
I was like, "Taika,
what are you doing here?"
No, this it says Gunn described her as the heart of the film, which I agree with.
Yeah,
I didn't think I'd be so. I knew he was a Batman villain. I've been sort of interested in the past about Ratcatcher. I'm like, oh, it's interesting. I've never seen him in anything like comics or anything. I hadn't read any of those. But I knew about it. And seeing her in this movie, I mean, I'll take a spinoff, man. Like, come on, her and Bloodsport.
You're really in support of that Bloodsport Ratcatcher too.
Yeah, two of the most beloved characters in that movie. Mm-hmm. And King Shark can show up too because he's friends with Ratcatcher.
Yeah.
I carry friend.
Yeah, she very innocent, kind, loving one. Yeah, out of the whole group, and
can send rats to crawl down your throat.
Golly, it's very.
I love that line she said. I love that line she said. Bloodsport was like, you know what? You just look like you got a girl with daddy issues. And then she says, I have no issue with how much I love my father. And then that's when that whole like flashback happened. I thought that was a good scene.
Oh yeah, very.
And she was like, "Why are you so afraid of rats?" All right. Let's see. Michael Rooker as Brian Derlin or Savant. Nothing much about him. He dies at the beginning of the movie anyway. He gets his head blown off.
Yeah.
He's like one of the only ones that do get their head blown off, right? Yeah. He's the only one. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Jai Courtney is Digger Harkness or Captain Boomerang. Let's see. Jai Courtney said that unlike Rick Flag, Captain Boomerang has not changed since the events of Suicide Squad, being the same dirtbag liability we came to learn about in the first one. He's out there causing trouble as you would expect. And then he dies. So,
yeah.
You got Peter Capaldi as Gaius Greaves, the Thinker. The only time I'd known about the Thinker was from, I had heard about him in comics, but I had seen him in season, I want to say 4 of The Flash. He was the villain.
Yeah.
So he was a little bit different in this. He still had those like things sticking out of his head or whatever, but this is more comic accurate. So he did good. Let's see. Sol Soria, Alice Braga. She's the leader of the rebellion faction on Corto Maltese. Not much. She wasn't in the movie that much. She had like 3 scenes. Yeah. Pete Davidson as Richard Hertz or Blackguard. He died. He was the first one to die.
Yeah, he was the first one to die because apparently he kind of set them up. he contacted them.
He just does.
Mm-hmm.
It's his face blown off. Right when I saw that, it gets his face blown off, I was like, oh, it's this kind of movie.
Oh, okay. I see. So it is a James Gunn film. Just check.
The ill-fated first team of Suicide Squad members includes Nathan Fillion as Corey Pitzner / TDK, who is still alive.
Yeah, he's just laying
He
down.
could be getting his own show.
I'm hoping.
You never know.
I think that would be great.
They call him the Detachable Kid, but I don't think this is his name in the comics. I think his name is Arm Fall Off Boy.
Are you serious?
I'm like almost 100% positive, but let me check.
Arm Fall Off Boy.
TDK DC. Yeah, he's only in the movies called TDK, but he's supposed to be Arm Fall Off Boy. Yeah.
Oh my god. You're right.
They changed his name because it sounds cooler.
Arm Fall Off Boy.
No. Sean Gunn is Weasel, an anthropomorphic weasel whose portrayal is based on Bill the Cat from the comic strip Bloom County, and who James Gunn described as barely more than an animal. Flula Borg as Gunter Braun / Javelin, a former Olympic athlete who wields javelins as weapons, and Mei Ling Ing. It's just her last name is NG, and I don't want to be rude. I'm not good at pronouncing names. As Mongal, an alien mass murderer. Ratcatcher 2's pet rat Sebastian is voiced by D. Bradley Baker and portrayed on set by rats named Jaws and Crisp Rat, while Taika Waititi portrays her father, the original Ratcatcher. D. Bradley Baker, I've heard that name before. He does stuff. He voices Squidward.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Squidward is in Suicide Squad. Okay.
In addition to playing King Shark on set, Steve Agee portrays John Economos, an Argus agent who is an aide to Waller. Other aides to Waller include Jennifer Holland as Amelia Harcourt and Tinashe Kajese as Flo Crawley. Also appearing in the film are Juan Diego Bota as Silvio Luna, the dictator of Corto Maltese, which has to woo Harley Quinn. Joaquin Cosio as Mateo Suarez, the Major General of Corto Maltese. Storm Reed as Bloodsport's daughter, Tyla, who's going to be in the HBO Max Last of Us show, playing Ellie's best friend from when she was younger that got bit and died. And Julio Ruiz as Milton, an associate of Task Force X, who R.I.P. Milton.
Who?
Milton. He was with us for like 30 minutes of the movie.
Dude, I don't remember a Milton.
Are you kidding me right now? I'm kidding. All right. Lynn Ash appears as Polka Dot Man's mom. I think it should have been James Gunn's mom as Polka Dot Man's mom, but I think that would be funny.
Yeah, I actually, it's funny because I actually thought about that. I'm like, oh, I wonder if it is James. I wonder if it's James Gunn's mom. Yep. But it's probably. I knew. No. I had a feeling it probably wasn't.
Different lady. I think it's a different lady. I'll look just in case. Where's that name at? I lost it. Oh, I can't look at it. All right. In addition to Weasel, Sean Gunn also portrays Calendar Man, one of several DC comic villains that appear at as Belle Reve inmates. Others include Natalia Safran as Kaleidoscope, which is that girl with all those colors on her face, and Jared Leland Gore as Double Down. John Ostrander, creator of the 1980 Suicide Squad team that influenced the film, makes a cameo appearance as Dr. Fitzgibbon, while Stephen Blakehart has a small role as the pilot Briscoe, and both Lloyd Kaufman and Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 collaborator Palm Clemenchev, who played Mantis, appears as a dancer in a nightclub.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the cast, basically. And everybody probably, but
a lot of people from Guardians kind of came over to this.
All the James Gunn friends.
Oh, yeah, all James Gunn super friends. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we do know that obviously they got the Peacemaker show going on because of this movie. He has ideas for a sequel film, and that will go in a different direction from just assembling a new Suicide Squad team.
Okay.
DC Films president Walter Hamada said a month later that they had plans for more projects with Gunn, and Gunn confirmed in January that of 2022 that he was developing a new television project for DC. He said it was related to Peacemaker. Also that month, Safran said there was potential for more spin-offs based on the Suicide Squad members, such as Ratcatcher and Bloodsport, if a filmmaker had a unique vision for them. I know who has a unique vision for them.
I'm excited.
James Gunn.
Because I love this whole world.
And this is all still connected to the DCEU, which is strange.
Yeah, it's good.
Everyone's saying, now I heard, because the Flash movie is supposed to get rid of the Snyderverse stuff. Everyone's saying that it's going to act as a new 52 reboot for the DCEU, where everything's going to make more sense after the Flash. It's all going to be more connected.
Okay.
And I'm like, that would be great. Just don't mess up the Flash movie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the Flash movie dude, the Flash movie is like, it'll to be good.
It'll probably be good.
Because if it sucks, I'm almost done with DC. I mean, I'm gonna have to watch it obviously for the show.
And Suicide Squad stuff.
But like I don't know if I'll be there opening night. I don't
do opening night for DC stuff.
Yeah, Marvel.
I do it for Marvel because I'm more into Marvel, but like DC's getting there though. They're piquing my interest.
It's just like I don't know how to even like explain it. It's just not. I'm not as invested as in with it, but like when you have great minds like James Gunn on here doing like really good stuff, then I'm like I'm on board of what world he is trying to build.
Now let's also put a disclaimer that this movie is not for kids.
Oh yes.
Even though my 8-year-old.
You have a 7-year-old? Dang, I didn't know you had a kid.
My 8-year-old sister watched this with me. I skipped through parts, or like one part.
Well, no, I'm not gonna ask what part.
The part in the village when shoot that guy at the bathtub. Not the bathtub.
Oh yeah,
the guy that opens the curtain and then.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, I skipped that because I didn't need to see that.
Yeah. I didn't need to see it.
But if you can get a spinoff of this movie, what would you want? What's your dream? What's your dream spinoff? It can be anything.
Weasel.
What's Weasel doing? What's the plot of this show?
I don't know. What would Weasel be doing?
Eating children.
Yes, that's the show.
Okay.
Every episode eats a child. I don't know.
Well, he's alive too, so you never know. Obviously, I want the Ratcatcher and Bloodsport show, but if I were to pick one, I would like a prequel about King Shark meeting Aquaman and like fighting. He maybe meet Black Manta or something.
You want that to be a thing?
I think that'd be cool.
I want to. Let me think here. Let me do something. I mean, that detachable kid or arm fall off boy show would be really. I'd be really down for that. Because I like
judo master show. I'm just kidding.
No, screw that, man. I don't know. I don't like Judo Master. He comes in.
I heard a lot of people don't like.
He comes in eating his chips and like I'm like, dude, die. I hope he gets shot, and he did. He did, luckily.
Let me think of another character that could get a spinoff. There's not really anybody else alive. Well, there is. No, there's not. It was Harley Quinn, which she had her spinoff, Birds of Prey. No one wanted that. So, obviously, Bloodsport and Ratcatcher and King Shark. Those are the only ones left alive.
Yeah.
Really not many at all. So, we basically went over all who could have their thing. Obviously, Peacemaker's got his going on now. You never know. We could get Suicide Squad 2 before this show comes out. But I doubt it because I haven't heard anything about that being worked on.
Yeah, we don't really know fully what is. Yeah, it hasn't been revealed to us of what the next show is it?
No.
I'm guessing we're going to have to
find out
the next DC
fandom,
thing,
which will be this October, right?
Yeah, that's when fandom was. Yeah, so I guess we're going to wait till October to find out.
Alrighty.
Unless they want to announce it earlier, but who knows? Who knows? Well,
let's go ahead and get into these ratings. Here. What is this? Hang on. I saw something about Vigilante on here. Okay, so Idris Elba's character was referred to in the script as Vigilante. But they then changed it. They changed it to prevent his actual role from being revealed, and also not giving some of the actors script pages from after their characters' deaths. It's the biggest sets Warner Bros. Films ever built.
They killed off Polka Dot Man.
They built a set the size of 3 football fields for the outside of Jotunheim where the final battle was filmed.
Wow.
A warehouse-sized jungle was also built, featuring a bamboo cage that was 8 feet deep.
I mean, dude, James Gunn has the power to do it, I guess.
Yes, he does. Let's see. That's awesome. When King Shark, whose creator visual effects, rips a person in half, which was done practically using special effects and prosthetics. That's crazy.
That's just racist. That's like my favorite joke in that whole movie.
You're wearing your tie ways. No, that's just racist.
That's racist. Oh my god! Like, dude, that freaking joke, dude, it constantly gets me. So I don't even know why. I mean, it's like, don't get me wrong, it's funny, but I just end up just bursting out laughing because it's like such a moron.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the ratings of this so we can head out of here. So I don't remember what we rated it on the original podcast, but now after seeing it, how many times you've seen it, what would you rate the Suicide Squad?
Honestly, man, it's like a 9.
I was going to go 9.5.
No, see, Charles trying to one-up me. Yeah.
No, it's not that. I think this movie is almost perfect. There is something missing. I'm not sure what, but it's not huge that I'm like, oh, this movie sucks because of it. But
I don't really know what's making me pick it. I feel like I'm almost making it too high, but it's just what we have in the DC world.
Yeah,
right
this stands out from everything.
Yeah,
and I feel like Peacemaker is going to end up being a 9 after it's over.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what comes, like what's James Gunn doing next after. I can't wait to see the end of Peacemaker, see how that all resolves around. That results too.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see the sequel or something. Surprising new project he's doing. I mean, I want to see him work on like something serious, like imagine if he got like a really top billing or like top superhero, like what if he got a contract to do a Superman movie or something, or a Green Arrow movie.
Green Arrow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how cool would that? I would like to see him do that. I don't know if I don't know if he's more comfortable working with.
I think he likes the obscure characters.
Yeah, I mean, heck, I mean, I know there's obscure characters out there and fans of those characters. So if he wants to stick with that, I mean, I have no problem with that at all.
All right, but we rated it a 9 and a 9.5. And that's all I got to talk about. And I guess that's all you got. So we'll get ready.
I got nothing else for that.
We'll get ready to end this out. Great movie. You guys go check it out. It's on HBO Max right now. After you watch it, watch the first 4 episodes of Suicide Squad. Episode 5 will air tomorrow when you guys are seeing this on Thursday, the 26th, I believe.
Yes.
All right.
Next time we record, I will be having I will be getting a tattoo. So that should be.
Well, there we go.
Yes, my birthday is Sunday, so that should be fun. Can't wait to record.
We're gonna have a birthday podcast for Landon, everybody.
Oh, thank you.
All right. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and sign off here. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode of Extra Beef today. If you have any questions, comments, corrections, or concerns, you can contact me on Instagram at DarianH4404. That's DARIENH4404. Or on Facebook at the Comic Book Burrito official page. Very interactive over there. Highly recommend it. Or on Twitter at the CB Burrito. Capital C, capital B in Burrito. Also want to point out that this upcoming Thursday we have a gaming stream happening, hopefully.
I know, holy crap. Hopefully.
So expect that. More announcements coming soon on the social medias. That's the reason you need to go check it out.
Yeah, you can contact me at Spider_Landon on, pretty much any social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. And also you can just follow us on our official Instagram page, but that's more of a notification type deal. So, but me and Darren both recommend you follow us on Twitter and Facebook, because it's we like to get the people together, interact, it's very fun.
Yeah. And with that being said, we're going to head out of here. Bye, guys.
See ya.